Have you ever paused to reflect on the power of a focused mind? Imagine being able to transform your life, your relationships, and even your beliefs through a simple adjustment in how you connect with others and yourself. In this journey, we will explore fundamental concepts that shape our daily lives and help us achieve true inner peace. We will discuss the importance of cultivating meaningful relationships, shielding our minds from negative influences, and connecting more deeply with the divine. Join me and discover how these principles can be the keys to a successful and fulfilling life. When we talk about relationships, it is vital to understand that having a circle of close friends can be a blessing or a curse. Proverbs 18:24 teaches us that a man who has friends must himself be friendly. Therefore, it is essential to carefully select those to whom we allow access to our emotional world. You do not need to have a multitude of friends. On the contrary, a few close friends can make all the difference in your life. The depth of friendship should be prioritized over quantity. Close friends are those who, through intimacy, have the power to influence your emotions and decisions. If we are not selective, we may surround ourselves with people who do not uplift us, but bring us down. Remember, intimacy is a door that, when opened, allows people access to the deepest parts of us. Therefore, choose wisely whom you will let in. As we reflect on intimate relationships, it is crucial to consider how the words of a close friend can impact your emotional state. When an acquaintance belittles you, the reaction tends to be indifference. However, if those same words come from someone you love, the effect is devastating. This difference is due to the intimacy you allow these people to have. In a moment of vulnerability, the words of a friend can shape your self-perception for better or worse. Providing a safe space for your vulnerability is essential, but this does not mean relinquishing criteria. The people who surround us should have similar values and principles to our own. This way, when faced with difficulties, we will be able to support one another. The first key to shielding your mind and preserving your focus is to surround yourself with friends who think like you. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 15:33, "Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits." The companions we choose play a decisive role in our formation as individuals. It is not just about avoiding what is negative, but attracting what is positive and uplifting. People who share the same principles can help us keep our focus on what truly matters. In times of crisis, it is easy to get lost in feelings of inadequacy or doubt. It is vital that our support network consists of those who not only love us, but also believe in us and our goals. With these people by our side, we can feel more secure facing life's challenges. Another crucial point to consider is how we place expectations on people. Psalms 62:5 advises us to wait only on God, for it is He who brings our hope. Placing too much expectation on human beings, whether friends, family, or colleagues, can lead to disappointment and frustration. People are fallible, and as such, we cannot place upon them the responsibility for our happiness or success. Learning to seek satisfaction and fulfillment in God empowers us to have healthier, more balanced relationships. When we do not allow others to be the source of our happiness, we find a new level of freedom that allows us to live life more lightly. Another aspect we must discuss is the importance of avoiding complaint. Many people believe that sharing their frustrations is a way to feel better, but this can be harmful to both themselves and others. In 1 Thessalonians 5:18, we are instructed to give thanks in everything, for this is the will of God. Instead of focusing on difficulties, how about developing a mindset of gratitude? Being grateful, even in the midst of adversity, can change the way we view life. Furthermore, it is vital to avoid listening to those who constantly complain. These conversations can drag us into a vicious cycle of negativity. If you find yourself surrounded by people who only talk about problems, seek to distance yourself from them. Remember, your mind is a battleground, and you must wisely choose which seeds you wish to plant. In many environments, especially at work, we may encounter people who only bring complaints and criticism. This type of interaction can be exhausting and, in the long run, detrimental to our mental health. It is essential to create a barrier that protects us from this toxicity. By doing so, we allow ourselves to be more selective about what we absorb from others. Instead of getting swept up in negative conversations, actively seek interactions that inspire and motivate you. The exchange of constructive ideas and the sharing of positive experiences are essential for our personal and emotional growth. You should be the change you wish to see, and by doing so, you will attract people who also want to build a more positive environment. When we talk about strengthening the mind and relationships, we cannot forget the importance of connecting with God. When we cultivate this spiritual intimacy, we become more resilient in the face of life's difficulties. Prayer and meditation are practices that help us align our thoughts and emotions. It is not just about asking for miracles, but about opening our hearts to hear the voice of God. This is a relationship that requires time and dedication, but the fruits are infinitely rewarding. As we become intimate with God, our perspective on difficulties changes. We begin to see life with more hope and optimism, even in challenging moments. The process of reinventing oneself is a vital aspect of our journey. Sometimes life leads us down unexpected paths, and it is in those moments that we need the courage to start over. I believe that we all go through times when we feel lost, directionless. But the beauty of life lies in the ability to start anew. Each new day brings us the opportunity to write a new story. No matter how many times you have failed, what matters is that you always have the courage to rise and try again. This is the true spirit of resilience and faith. In times of crisis, we may feel discouraged and even powerless. However, it is essential to remember that even in the darkest situations, there is always a light that can guide us. Life is a sum of choices, and the decisions we make shape our destiny. Often, the choices we make are influenced by past emotions and experiences. Therefore, it is important to reflect on our decisions and the impact they have on our lives. What can you do today to change the course of your story? True change begins from the inside out. By recognizing the power of our choices, we can begin to chart a new path. The key is not to let fear or doubt paralyze us. Instead, embrace uncertainty as part of the process. Every step you take, even if small, is a step toward your goal. In the midst of darkness, we need to learn to be the light. Life is not devoid of problems and difficulties, but rather than letting ourselves be weighed down, we can choose to shine. The act of being a light for others is a powerful form of transformation. When we help someone find hope amid difficulties, we also discover our own purpose. What can you do to brighten someone else's life today? Sometimes, the simple willingness to listen can be an act of love that changes everything. True strength lies in our ability to offer support and encouragement, not just for ourselves, but also for those around us. Reinvention can be a challenge, especially when we are confronted with pain and loss. However, it is in this process that we find our true essence. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we are able to connect more deeply with others and with ourselves. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. It is the courage to be authentic in a world that often demands we wear masks. When we accept who we are, with all our imperfections, we create space for true transformation. This does not mean the path will be easy, but the reward will be grand. As we move toward our true essence, we discover a strength we never knew existed, and so, the journey continues. As we commit to strengthening our relationships, shielding our minds, and seeking connection with the divine, we become more complete human beings. Each of us has a purpose to fulfill, and by embracing this mission, we can not only change our lives, but also impact the world around us. Remember, Transformation begins within you. Do not let the difficulties of daily life overshadow the light within you. Stay focused on your goals, surround yourself with people who inspire you, and always seek a deeper connection with God. When you do this, each step becomes a celebration of life, a manifestation of your unlimited potential, and an opportunity to positively impact the world. So rise up, keep fighting, and never lose hope.